Hi, you guys. We're on location. Don't ask. Okay, so I hate going live when I'm traveling because it's so hard because I don't really everything's so impromptu. And I don't know where my glasses are, but we're here. Okay, we're here. We have made it. So this is gonna be a whole week of travel. We're gonna be traveling all week, y'all. So we're gonna be in different cities, just doing stuff. Okay. But today I want to just get on here because you know we were talking about yesterday. We were talking about Beyonce and them shady ticket prices, and y'all was really tussling. And when I watched the episode back while I was driving, and y'all was going in on them comments, honey. Some people are Beehive fans. Some people are anti Beehive fans. Some people are like, I went. Some people said it's too expensive. All that, all that jazz. But today, the internet is pretty dry today. But then again, I've been sleeping all day. So let's see. Hold on. We're gonna see who's all in the building. I like to check my source. My source of celebrity news is always Twitter. Let's see. Somebody said that Sherelle and Ashley Grayson were fighting today on Facebook. Now I saw Sherelle's, but I didn't see nothing from Ashley Grayson. Um, I asked somebody to DM it to me, but I guess they didn't send it to me. So I don't know what they was tussling about. I didn't get none of the videos. I didn't get none of the screenshots or nothing. So I don't know what they was beefing about. Can y'all hear me? I don't know what they was beefing about, but I guess they was beefing. But we didn't see it. Now, mind you, and my camera are literally hanging on by a tiny thread. So I can barely touch my computer. So I'm not gonna be able to put your names up because I could barely touch my computer without it. Okay. Hello, Quanda. Hello, E. Ortiz. Hello, BB. Hello, April. Hello, Nikki. I can barely touch it because if I do, it'll all fall down. My stuff is literally propped it here. It's propped it on a chair. Okay, it's propped it on a chair, so I just can't just like be on my computer. Um, what's up, Naisha? What's up, Arbor? I can barely touch it. So I'm just gonna say your names, but I may not be able to click on them. What's up, Val? What's up, Brenna? What's up, Statement 92? What's up, V Haggard? What's up, Mimi? What's up, Brown Mama? What's up, Angela? What's up, Christopher? I can barely touch my computer. I don't really want to touch it. I'm scared it's gonna fall over. I just kind of want to just like I can barely touch it. Okay. Hold on. That might That might be strong enough. If I touch it anymore, y'all, the ship going down. Okay. The ship is going down. Okay. So I can see you guys in here. Hello, Letitia. Hello, Courtney. Who's Ashley Grayson? I have to show you her Facebook. She's a digital content creator who does like credit repair. And last summer, she was called out for being a scammer allegedly by another content creator by the name of Sherelle Hodges, or I don't really know how to pronounce her username, but Cheryl Hodges. And then Ashley Grayson went ahead and ordered a hit out on her, but ordered to have her murdered. Um, and when she did that, she elicited the help from somebody by the name of Olivia O'Slay. Oh gosh, I can barely touch this. By someone by the name of Olivia O'Slay. And then Olivia came out and said, yeah, she did. She gave me $10,000 to do it, but I didn't do it. I just finessed her out of $10,000. Well, Ashley sued Sherelle in a civil suit for $1 million for defamation, and the case got thrown out. Um, and now Sherelle is looking to sue Ashley for a murder for hire plot against her. So I guess they've just been beefing all day on Facebook about it. Hold on, let me see if I can pull her up. Oh, we did a live stream on it. We actually went through the details. It's on Facebook and YouTube. Um, it's right here. It's right here. This person here, right here, is Ashley Grayson. And this woman here is Derica Harwell, and this is Sherelle. And this woman here put out a hit on these two women here. And she asked her, the girl in the back with the bust down side part, she asked her to do the hit. It's a ghetto mess, y'all. It's a hot ghetto mess. It's a hot ghetto mess. Let's see who's all up in here. What's up? Andrea says, oh, I remember this now. Yeah. Hello, Sheridan. Sheridan says, girl, who got married in 5 minutes? The girl who got married in 5 minutes? She got married in 5 minutes? I guess she had just met that Josh Grayson guy. I guess they're pregnant now. She's expecting a baby. Let me say this about Ashley Grayson. She's a real life monster. She is. She's a real life monster. I don't know why she thinks God's gonna bless that mess, but granted, she is a member of the Potter's house. She's a member. Her husband has been an active member of the Potter's house for years. So they attend the Potter's house. So, in their delusional head, they think that God is going to bless that mess. And God don't bless that. He do not bless stuff like that. So Ashley thinks she's riding. She thinks the Lord is blessing her. Like, you think the Lord will really bless you when you trying to take out his own people? Come on, man. All of that stuff will catch up to her. That's sad because why would you even want to take someone else's life because they're saying stuff about people say stuff about me all the time on the internet. I'm not looking to take them out. I'm just let the dust settle. People will just get over it eventually, you know. That was just a weird thing to do. Yes, I need to bust down that part. This is from Dramisha says, I wouldn't have known about the registration if it wasn't for you. Oh, yeah, make sure you register. I registered. I registered for that Beyonce concert. Now this from Brittany says, I braid. You should let me you should let me give you a bust down side part, not list. Are you in the Arizona area? Are you on the West Coast? You got to be on the West Coast. I braided these myself, and they were cute at some point. But I don't wrap my hair, so that my braids don't never last long. My braids only last about a week. But yeah, I appreciate that. Just tell us where you're at. This is from Andrea says the whole little dynasty is unraveling before us. Let y'all see it. Okay, so because we have no topics today, so y'all are more than welcome to say, Steph, let's talk about this, and we can. I have nothing on the agenda. Normally, I have something on the agenda. I have nothing on the agenda. But what's going, Andrea? You be all up in the YouTube streets. What's going on with I didn't watch. I should watch it. I didn't watch part 3 of Tasha K's series on Larry Reed with the wife. Did you watch it? And did Conscious TV review it? And what's it about? Is it any good? What's it about? Let me know. Did Conscious TV dissect it like he always does? Oh yeah. Yeah, updates on Cora. So Michelle Lau did a live stream the other day. You should go watch it. It's on our page here. I shared it if you can't find it. It's right here. Michelle Lau did a live stream the other day because I guess one of Cora's fans was accusing her of not actually reaching out to Jason. Now, Michelle confirms that she didn't see Cora say that, but she thinks that the burner account that was all up in her comment section was Cora. And they were saying that you never reached out to Jason. What people have to understand with this whole Cora Jake series is that Cora has hundreds of burner accounts. She's like the original burner account creator. And the only reason why I know that is because I have about 10 of her burner accounts that are confirmed burner accounts that were hers. I have them. They're mostly on Twitter. I don't know how many she may have on Instagram. She probably has a dozen on Instagram. I don't know how many she's got on Instagram, but she definitely has a bunch of them on Twitter. And I guess the person was accusing Michelle Loud of not reaching out to Jason, even though Michelle did reach out to Jason, so that's that mess. So she did a live stream a couple days ago and talked about it, so you should check it out. This from Apartments Available in New York City said, let's talk about the legal age of consensual sex. Well, it's based off the state, so you gotta What state are you talking about? Are you talking in regards to Larry Reed's case? Are you referring to the state of North Carolina? I don't know what the age of consent is there. I don't actually know what the age of consent is. Help me out, y'all. This from Shamika says, y'all, hey y'all, did you hear about the 3 rappers that were found dead in that apartment? What 3 rappers? What, do you have any names for them? This is from Marcy says, no, she added the brother instead of the wife. Well, that's interesting. So are we gonna hear from the wife? Do we know if Tasha K is gonna interview the wife? Who's Miss Barbara? Who's that? You said the rappers that was here in Michigan, they didn't show up to perform. Ooh, okay, I'll look into it. I never heard about that story. Any updates on Britney Spears? I don't track her story close enough to give any updates. So I'm sorry, no updates. I know that one girl, what's her name? Alex serves tea, the one who's like a lunatic. She did a video about Britney Spears. She has a new page called something Britney, where she talks about Britney Spears and someone who said that they did a story on Britney in 2001 and said Britney had passed away. Britney's not dead. And that, let me see if I can find it. She's been updating in this group, and I think that TikTok banned her account. So TikTok did not delete her account. Zailey's mom actually deleted it herself because people started sending her crazy stuff. Why are y'all sending this stuff to this lady? So in my previous video, I talked about her 43-year-old, allegedly, Zailey's 43-year-old fiance. He is now posting on Instagram, going live, and people are sending this to Zailey's mom, which, as you can imagine, is probably very stressful. So that's why she deleted her account. Okay, so remember when I... Sorry, I'm watching this video. Unit at Flores, the 21-year-old who is missing right now was last seen in Tijuana, Mexico, with her 43-year-old fiance. Well, he decided to go live on Instagram, and I, like everyone else, I'm watching this because I thought, okay, surely he's going to share more information, give us some insight. This is what he decided to talk about on his Instagram live. I was talking to this girl, and she's like, "Hey, can you send me a selfie or a picture?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll send you a picture right now." And I'm driving on traffic just like this, and right when I snapped the damn selfie, bam! I smashed my old fucking Beamer into this brand new Beamer. It cost me $9,000 for that selfie. And we only went out on a B-Day, so this shit was funny. It was just like, don't fuck with the phone while you're driving. It's just I was trying to get some weed, but this story is so weird. I don't know who to believe. Let me catch y'all up to speed on this wild and crazy story. Okay. This is something we got to talk about because I don't even know what to make of it. I honestly don't know what to make of it. I'm gonna show you the video, and then y'all tell me what y'all think. Hold on one second. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Okay. Watch this video. My 21-year-old daughter is missing. She is in Tijuana, Mexico. Some the fuck where? It's so many moving parts to this fucking situation. All I really need is for y'all to point me in the right direction on who I'm supposed to contact because nobody's answering the phone. I called the FBI in Las Vegas, Nevada. They're not answering. I called the police to make a police report and report her missing. They put me on hold and then the line gets disconnected when they're transferring me. So I feel like at this point, whoever these people that are holding my daughter for ransom,
and using her as a slave, allegedly, for $500 USD, which we all know that pesos ain't shit, okay? Can y'all please direct me to the people that can help me get my motherfucking daughter back? Please and thank you. This is why you do not go to other fucking countries when you don't know what the fuck they doing over there. Also, I have the picture and the name of the man that was with her last. He did his due diligence and reported her as missing. I'm so fucking agitated, dog. Like, I can't handle this shit. I literally am on my way to work. In the car, on the way to work, dealing with this shit. But when it comes to my motherfucking kids, baby, I don't give a shit how old they are. If we doing this, we doing it. We doing it. Because you already have her. So if you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it. So somebody send me to the right people on how to contact the right people and get my motherfucking baby back. Because I'll be goddamn if I sit here and be quiet and just cry in peace. Y'all got me fucked up. I don't like broadcasting my personal business, but it's up and it's stuck. This is my daughter. So this is the guy that she was seen with last. This is his Instagram. Okay. There's documents that he filed with the JEAC already, and he reached out to a congresswoman. I haven't heard from anyone as of yet. This is his Instagram. Do not go troll him. We need to figure out how to get her back to the United States. They didn't check any paperwork when she got there. They just drove straight through. She was born in Las Vegas, Nevada, dog. Born here. Like I said, this is the last person. He said that they got separated when they were in Tijuana. It was a huge crowd. It's a whole lot of moving parts. There's paperwork that's in Spanish that I'm working on getting translated as we speak. So please do not take this lightly. Have a good day. I just got off the phone with the FBI, and they referred me to the police department here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, unfortunately, I have to start there, not being pushed around in circles, but you know how that goes. So, stay fucking tuned because this is turning into a whirlwind of shit. Also, side note, I got a handful of people that don't like me for real in real life. Now's not the time. My daughter is missing. Okay.
So she deleted her TikTok. She said that people were bullying her, so she deleted her TikTok. I spoke to her on the phone. I did. I spoke to her on the phone. I did. I spoke to her on the phone, you guys. And y'all know how I feel. Y'all know I'm very much incredibly anti-recording phone calls, but that call I recorded because something told me to. And y'all know how I feel about recording. I don't believe in recording calls. I feel like if y'all think I'm a trusted source, y'all should just believe what I'm about to say, right? And I just stand on that. Like I would never put out anything that was like a lie. I would not be able to, I would not put out anything I couldn't back. But something about that call was like, you better record this. So I did. I recorded that call. Do I have it? Yeah, it was about 32 minutes, a 32-minute call. Hi, yes, this is Stephanie, yeah, nosy bystander. Is it? How you doing today? Oh, girl, it's been better days. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. I know you're, probably going through it right now. So I wanted to see about sharing your story on my page, and so what I normally do is like I kind of like put together a timeline so kind of gives people understanding of what's going on, and then that way it kind of paints this like this pretty picture in order to be able to tell your story. So if you have time, if you don't mind starting from the beginning, when did your when were you aware that your daughter was making a trip to Tijuana? All right, cool. So I'm gonna just give you. Hold on a second. I'm looking for my damn karmics. Whatever. So it's a little bit before that. So the reason why there's so much confusion behind this is because the original deal it just took off and did whatever it was gonna do, right? Uh-huh. But there's missing pieces. Okay. So Zailey, I had to go to California to go and pick Zailey up in September. Is that where she lives in California? Is she a resident there? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, so she was living in California. The hospital called me and said that she was on life support. So naturally, I figured out a way how to get to California to go and get her. Mm-hmm. So I went down there on a Friday, and they made sure she was stable. Uh-huh. I flew back home
I think it was like Saturday. Mm-hmm. And then on Sunday afternoon, they called me and told me that she could be released from the hospital in my care. Okay. So I drove down there and did a turnaround trip and came back to Vegas. Mind you, that ate all my little money. Okay. Bailey was here for roughly about 3 days. In your home? And in my home, yeah. She was in my home for about 3 days. And she had a psychotic episode. And we had a big argument. And I told her, I was like, hey, you can stay if you want to act like you got some sense. Or you got to get the hell up out of here.
Okay, so let me break that part of the story down. So she says that her daughter was in California. That's where she lives. Now, mind you, her daughter's 21, 22. So she's been in California, let's just say since she was 18. Let's just keep it even. 18, 3 years, right? So she's a resident of California, and she gets a call saying that her daughter has having on life support. So she goes out to California to bring her daughter back home. And then she says that within 3 days of being home, she had a psychotic break. Now, in the rest of that call, she does state that her daughter suffers from psychological disorders, definitely spiritual psychosis, claiming that she is Jesus and all those other things. I imagine it's some sort of schizophrenia. When she said that, she told her daughter, you need to act right or get out. The part of the story I didn't quite get was, if your daughter has a psychological disorder, why would you make her homeless? She's a psychiatric disorder. So to me, I felt like not only is she a vulnerable person, I feel like you made her even more vulnerable by making her homeless. You understand what I mean? Because what was the reason for? It's like saying to a person, like, I know you're not in your right mind to get your own apartment and feed yourself, but get out of my dwelling, get out of my house. You understand what I mean? It didn't make sense to me that she would put her out, but I understand that a lot of Black households have a hard time with dealing with, like, they don't believe in psychiatric disorders. They think you could just snap out of it. So that's understandable, right? Like, that she thought that her daughter could, like, snap out of it, but that's not something you could snap out of. Psychiatric disorders are hereditary, so she got it from somewhere, a part of her genome. She got it from somewhere, or it could have been induced by heavy drug use. You can have psychotic episodes based off of how heavy drugs you're using, right? That can cause a psychological disorder. But the fact that she put her out, I thought was crazy. Let me get some of your comments. I'm gonna get some of y'all comments. This is from Bodal. Says Ratchet TV got a call that led to someone holding her to the boyfriend, and the boyfriend came back. What do you mean? Ratchet TV got a call that led to someone holding her for the boyfriend, and the boyfriend never came back. Oh, like the boyfriend like dropped her off there and said he was going to come back to come get her, but she didn't. Can you explain that a little bit more? I don't know what that means. First teacher said, I'm late, but I'm here. Hey, how you doing? This from Shell says, from life support to kicking her out. Yeah, I mean, like, the only person who corroborate that is the mom. That's the only person. This is from Cookie Woods. What's up, Cookie? Says Neek at night said the mother was no longer interested in speaking with her after she interviewed the guy she was last seen with. I thought that was odd. Neek at night talked to the guy. Neek at night talked to the guy, to the fiance boyfriend. And the mom didn't want to talk to Neek at night? In the mom's video, she said, don't send him any hate. If he's the last person to be seen with your child, what you mean don't send him no hate? People going to ask questions. He's the last person to be seen with your child. People are going to talk. People are going to reach out to him. Didn't she say she needed a kidney or something? Who, the mom or the daughter? I think the daughter's 21 or 22. This from Sharon says, did she say her daughter was on life support, then the hospital will release her? That's what she said. That's y'all. Y'all heard the call. Y'all want to hear some more? Because it's all here. It's all I got it here.
Because either way it goes, we can't, be in fear of our lives because of your psychotic episodes. She didn't want to stay long enough to even get her medication.
Okay.
What
psychological disorder does she suffer from?
Schizophrenia.
Okay. See, she confirms it.
I'm not sure if it's just based off of life trauma that she's experienced over the course of her life, or 2 years, or what have you. But basically, Zailey has been homeless for 2 years, going on 3.
She's been homeless for 2 years, going on 3. So she's 22. She's been homeless since she was 19. So she was either a runaway at 18, 19, and then just been on the streets since then. Or she got kicked out, right? Sounds like. Ooh, child. Not Nika Knight doing the full story. I need to talk to Nika Knight. Like, girl, I got the recording. She definitely sat down and talked to me for a solid 30 minutes.
Just refuses to sit still. Mm-hmm. And it's I feel like it's because of drug use. Okay. I've never seen her do any drugs or anything like that, but I feel like it's because of drug use. And I'm not talking weed, I'm talking whatever. Yeah. So she had like 5 different, when the hospital called me, she had 5 different drugs in her system at the time. They were just kind of floored that she was even living. Mm-hmm. It's crazy too, because like while I was there, I took a picture of her because I was just like, dude, I cannot fucking believe my baby is on life support. Mm-hmm. Like still to this day, I'm like, how is this even a thing? Mm-hmm. So, long story short, after the fight that she and I had, I continued on, with my life. She was still in the house, and lo and behold, we get to cleaning up and doing stuff on, I think, like a Saturday or Sunday morning. So it was either Saturday or Sunday. I'm sorry.
And we're still in September, right?
Yeah, was it a Sunday? So we're just, I'm cleaning the house, I'm saging and whatnot. And next thing you know, she's like back to normal. She's being a regular person. She's even like kind of bonding with her sisters and stuff. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, she leaves. She doesn't say bye, nothing. Like literally, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. Like I got the music going,
everywhere.
Like I'm cleaning my house.
The story is everywhere.
Like I'm burning the sage and all kinds of stuff. Maybe it worked too good, at this point. But she left. I hadn't talked to Zailey since that moment. I also made it very clear to Zailey if she left that if she's not going to be on the right path and trying to better herself, if she left, there's nothing for us to discuss. Because you're going to continue to, cause problems that I can't afford to fix. Yeah. So then, on the 4th of January, she texted me. Mm-hmm. So she texted me on January. She's like, she called me Madre. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Zailey. And she's like, doing her normal thing, like telling me she misses me and shit, doing the normal thing back. Mm-hmm. And that was that. And I didn't talk to her for a couple of days. Now, there was no Mexico involved. She didn't get the opportunity to say any of that because we were in text message. If she was going to say she was going to Mexico, she would have said something. Yeah. So at worst case scenario, she kind of like tries to let me know what state she's in for the most part, right? Mm-hmm. So the next thing you know, I'm still moving on about my life because I got to work, I got kids, a dog, a boyfriend.
She calls her Madre.
Yeah, I got shit to do. She calls me on the 12th of January. It was probably like 8 o'clock at night, something like that. And she tells me that she's in Mexico. And I'm like, all right, mm-hmm. What the fuck are you doing there? And I already assumed that she was in Mexico because the only person that ever calls me from Mexico is their dad. Yeah. Now, I don't talk to him on a consistent basis, but I know if I see a number with the state code from Mexico, I'm answering. Like, yeah. I don't really care what's going on because you never know what it is.
So you assume she went down there with her father?
Yeah, I assumed it was the dad calling, but it was actually her. So I'm like, what are you doing in Mexico? Mm-hmm. So next thing you know, she's like, I'm in Mexico. How did you get there? I'm here with my new friend. And I'm like, what? Who is this friend? Like, with the type of way that she's been living, it's always random strangers that she meets and then they're friends. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. In Zailey's story, it's a wild ride. Like, there's even parts that I'm leaving out just to kind of lead up to this, but like the whole.
Now, let me just preface this by saying everything in this call she had already released. I talked to her before she released a series of videos on TikTok, which she deleted her TikTok, but all of the information in this call was already released by the mother. That is the disclaimer. Okay.
Stealing of a car and driving it into a ditch. It's all public record. People found it, put it in the comments. Like, I'm not hiding any of it. Yeah. I just don't want to focus on that. The focus is to bring her ass home. Yeah. So anyhow, so she's like stuttering, and I'm like, well, are you safe? She's like, yeah. She's like, well, I'm about to die. And I'm like, what? She's like, well, I'm going to die to atone for my sins. And I'm like, what the? So Zailey has been extremely, she's been extremely religious for the last year, at least, maybe more, where she feels like she talks to entities, angels, sometimes demons, so on and so forth.
Like a spiritual psychosis?
Yeah, it's like a spiritual warfare for her, really. And it's really sad to kind of like navigate through that, because I don't want to tell her that she's wrong, but I also don't want to tell her that she's right, because I'm like, yeah, you might talk to some spirits from time to time, because, you know, certain things do exist, but not to the point to where you go crazy over it, which kind of makes me believe that drugs is the issue. So from that point, what does she end up doing? She's telling me that she's going to die for her sins, and I was like, well, are you going to, or is somebody going to hurt you? Because immediately when I hear Tijuana, knowing what's going on in the news, the first thing I'm thinking about is kidnapping. That's the first thing I'm thinking about, especially if you're not telling me that you're with a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that you actually know. And my baby, he's safe. Lock the bottom as well, please. Thank you. So from there, you know, I was just like, okay, well, who are you with? So I heard a man in the background. She passes the phone over to the guy, nice and gentle. This is on the 12th, right? So he gets on the phone. He's a 19-year-old kid, is what he said. I'm a 19-year-old kid, broken English. She's like, I don't have a lot of money. I seen David walking around, and she was walking around looking like she was crazy, and I don't know what to do with her. I was like, well, if you keep her, you're probably going to get in trouble, because mentally she's not okay. You have to get her to the embassy or to a hospital. But he just kept saying, I don't have enough money. So very well at that point in time, she might have been captive fit, but it just seemed like he was playing it like he was a stranger trying to help her, which I don't believe, because being in Vegas, the only thing I've ever heard is federal is federal. But I'm like, you can't trust everybody, dude. It's real sketchy, you know? So I was like, all right, well, he puts her back on the phone, and then she's like talking to him, and that's the fucking ransom guy. He's been calling me back to back to back. That's an update. So, I haven't said anything about it on social media. I would prefer that you leave that out.
She's already put this out. This interview's old.
If my phone beeps, that's really what's happening right now. Like,
so let me ask you this. Is that the same individual that you had posted on one of your videos?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. He's calling from a Mexico phone number. He's called from, and the only way to call from a Mexico phone is with the country code is to physically be in Mexico.
So who is the man who you posted his Instagram? Who you stated
we can jump right into that too. Okay. So after I got, because that phone call ended with Zailey right then and there. She was just like, okay, mommy, I love you. And she hung up. So I was like, well, damn, this is nuts. Like, I don't even know what to do with this information, but I got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to continue on with my life. So days go by.
That's so fucking cold. Your daughter calls you from Mexico, telling you she's got to die. She's got to atone for her sins. The only thing you think is, I got to get to work. No shame. I'm just saying, but come on, man. Come on. I'm giving her this much grace, but there's a lot about this story that don't add up to me. And I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, she's just so nonchalant. There's specific behaviors that people have that are configured by nature, right? You can be very fearful, you can be very emotional, but it's very telling when people are non-emotional. That is there's something to that. And it's not to say that like, oh, because she didn't react the way that I want her to react, and like she's not sobbing uncontrollably. She didn't have to sob uncontrollably, but there are certain anecdotes of what she says that I find alarming.
We didn't hear nothing. I'm low-key over here kind of concerned. But then all of a sudden my daughter...
She said, I'm low key kind of concerned. I'm low key kind of concerned.
My other daughter, she starts getting messages from random people on Instagram. So I'm like, she screenshots and sends it to me. I'm like, block them, don't worry about it, I got it. So I reach out to the dude. I'm like, I'm Zailey's mom, what's up? So he sends me screenshots of conversations that he from the kidnappers and Ricardo.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck is all this? It's in Spanish. I speak nothing but English.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can tell you the basics of Spanish, like piso mojado, like just the basic shit. You know what I'm saying? Like visual reading. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm that's what I speak is English. So he sends me a link to Ricardo's Instagram. He sends me a link from his Instagram. So I'm like, all right, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So I reach out to Ricardo. I'm like, what's going on? So I call him. And I definitely cussed him all the way the fuck out. It was some super duper colorful words, and I don't take none of it back, and I will never take anything back that I say about this clown. Mm-hmm. So he's like, I'm like,
then why did you tell your audience don't send him any hate? If he is the only connection between you and your daughter, that part I can't understand.
How do you even know Zailey? Well, I met her in December, and she's my girlfriend. Huh?
How old is
Mind
he?
you, he's 43.
Okay.
He's older than me. I'm only 40. What the fuck, bro? So at that point, I snapped. So I'm going off on him because he's saying that he's a United States citizen. So why are you taking my 21-year-old daughter to Mexico?
That's a great question. Why are you taking her to Mexico?
Yeah.
Well, we were trying to find an apartment. Huh?
So let me ask you this. When did he return from Tijuana?
I still don't know exactly when he returned, but I know that he made the report. I think it was like 8 or 9 days after he got separated from her. Mm-hmm. So his claim is that he got separated from her on January the 11th. I remember I got the phone call on January the 12th. So he didn't originally reach out to me. He was reaching out to random people on Facebook and Instagram, but never found me.
Okay.
Now, if you're smart, you can go to her Instagram and you could see I'm all up in her comments occasionally. So you could find me saying, Mama's baby, I love you something. Mm-hmm. You could figure out something. Is that she's black. So clearly, you know her dad is Mexican. You know her mom has to be black. There's not that many, middle-aged women that are commenting. You out of here? Hold on a second.
This from Bo Lady says, I thought she was saying no hate because he was going back and forth to look for her and she wasn't. No, he wasn't. He stayed that he's in Los Angeles. He's in Southern California. So I don't think she said it to mean that. And yes, this is her mom. A lot of people did question whether that was her mom or not. It's because Zailey looks biracial, so that's why. This from Cookie Woods said he said they were planning to move to Mexico. That's right. He said he was going to get an apartment. He said they were looking for an apartment. She says that in this call that they were looking for an apartment.
Okay, I understand. Do what you got to do. I love you too. Pay attention to your surroundings. I love you too.
She did. Rich B. Rich B says Chaz sounds like the lady that was on another platform saying that she had multiple GoFundMe accounts. I could be mistaken. No, she does. She does mention that in this call as well, that she had multiple GoFundMe accounts. One that she made for a friend who was having issues with his kidney, so he needed help. One was for herself, but she gets into detail about what they all were.
Coming out of business. Stuttering. Mm-hmm. And just like fumbling all over his words. And I'm like, this shit don't make no fucking sense. Like, you're telling me that you went to go and get an apartment, but you've never physically lived in California before, or in Mexico, what you're saying. But it's just not, the math ain't mathing, right?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, why did you leave her? Like, how did she get lost? Mm-hmm. Like, do you not believe in the lockdown method? Like, I heard that it was jam-packed in Tijuana, but not nothing like this. Like, how did you lose her? How are you a 43-year-old man losing a woman? Mm-hmm. You a tuck-tail bitch, in my opinion, because how the fuck did you lose my child? Yeah. But you had enough gall to take her over there, but you couldn't keep her safe?
No, I think that was for someone else, either a family friend or her coworker. I can't remember, but you'd have to find it and show me. You got to find it and show me because I don't think it was for Zailey.
I had immediate smoke with this cat.
So he returned sometime roughly after 9, let's just say 10 days after he made the report, right? So he makes a report within 9 to 10 days after she disappears. And
yes, the FBI picked up the case and they posted a missing poster for Zailey in Mexico. The FBI did.
And then he probably just heads back to Vegas.
To Cali. No, he's in Cali.
He's in California. Okay, so we don't know we don't know if he sent her down there or if he dropped her off. Presumably.
All we know is that he drove through. So he said that when they drove down there, they didn't check identification.
They don't.
From my understanding, I don't know. They don't check ID when you go in. They just make sure you got your necessary paper to get out, apparently.
It depends. It depends on what
it does.
See, it's different, right? Because I live on the border. So it's different on which border entry you go through.
It's true. If you live on the border, you're going to understand exactly what I'm about to explain to her.
So if you come in and go out, there are plenty of, I mean, the border is 2,000 miles, right? There's plenty of little pockets where you can just drive through and there's like duty stations that are empty. You just drive through, you know? So I don't want to say it's like it's impossible for her to get in and get out without an ID. So,
yeah.
And that's just the true nature of the border. It's just very lackluster. So, but he did return, right? So we know that he returned.
He's in, from what he said, he's in California. Mm-hmm. He's making it seem like he's more than willing to cooperate by sending me like a documentation, which from what I understand, anybody can get a document sealed in Tijuana. It doesn't mean that it's a valid document. Mm-hmm. As far as it goes for the language that's on the document, I'm not sure if that's Spanish, Portuguese, or whatever. I don't know because all I speak is English.
It's Spanish.
Okay. And then
it's Spanish.
He came back, from what I understand. I did get him to say that he was back in the United States, but he sent me like the paperwork that he had to file. It's like a copy of his driver's license with his name, his address, the date of birth, his ID number, like all of that. Mm-hmm. I have his phone number, so I've been talking to him every day with an exception of today. I haven't called him today. Mm-hmm.
And the now let's go back to the 19-year-old kid who is calling you from Mexico. Does he allow you to speak to your daughter?
Yeah, he let me talk to Zailey.
And when was the last time you talked to her?
On the 12th of January.
And ever since he's been calling you nonstop, he's never let you speak to her again?
Oh, no. So let's clarify that. So the 19-year-old kid, I'm not sure if that 19-year-old kid is with the people that have Zailey right now. Gotcha. I don't know this new batch of people, right? Mm-hmm. And here's where it gets a little sketchy with them too. They were reaching out to random people about Zailey as well, but they never reached out to me until I reached out to them today. Mm-hmm. So earlier today, I was just like, this is some bullshit. Nobody's going to fucking help me. Nobody. So I have to fucking figure this shit out. So I was like, all right, well, at least I know the Facebook page, but I was having a hard time finding it. For some reason, like when I was typing the name and it just wasn't coming up. So I ended up making a quick little video asking for people to help me, like with how they are able to find the page.
Okay, that doesn't make sense. So in her video she made on TikTok was on January. I posted it on my Instagram. January 27th. And I talked to her on the 29th. No, I talked to her on the 28th. So she said she had just spoken with them. She had just spoken with them. But she said earlier that she spoke to them and they were texting her in Spanish. The only thing we know about the dad is that he is in Guadalajara. I think that's what she said. I'm not sure. But the dad lives in Mexico.
Found the page. Left it at that. Went to the message and I reached out to the person. Her name on Facebook is Fernanda Hernandez.
And who is that? That's someone related?
That's the Facebook profile. I don't know who the person is. It's clearly, it wasn't a woman that I spoke with, but
I'm frantically taking notes. I have a lot of notes too.
The person that's been communicating with Ricardo, the 43-year-old boyfriend, that's how they've been communicating with him.
Okay.
Is from that Facebook profile page. So that Facebook is clearly what do they call it? A spam page? Because like it's a new account. Like all the pictures are just like basic, solid.
Let me just pause this real quick. This is from Sean Joseph says, do you think she would go as far if this is something false? No, I don't think so. Y'all don't want to hear my theory. I want to talk to Nick at night. Y'all don't want to hear my theory. I got a theory though. I got a theory about what I think is occurring. I got a theory. I do. I do have a theory about what I think is happening in this case. And this is just theory. There is no proof to this. This is Stephanie's theory. It does not reflect, I have to do this disclaimer all the time. It does not reflect the nosy bystanders in the comments. It is just simply my own theory that I'm simply working out. And I would never talk about this theory publicly because, again, it's just theory. There's no basis to it. But based off of the information and sitting down, interviewing her, watching her videos, watching her interact with the internet, my theory is that she, and I could be completely wrong. Okay. I could be completely wrong. But I think that the mom believes that the daughter is a nuisance to her. She like disrupts her life and not in a good way. And it feels, it's not fact, but it feels like the mom, I hate to say it, but it feels like she had someone send her to Mexico to get lost, not to get hurt, just to get lost. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. It feels like she just sent her to Mexico to just get lost and stay lost, whether when I asked her in this interview, when I asked her, I said, do you want to go to Mexico? She said, hell no. Which I thought was odd because she's in Vegas. She's only 6 hours from the border. I'm an hour from the border, but she's 6 hours from the border. So she kept saying she can't, it's 6 hours. It's less, it's not even a 1 tank trip, it's like less than a 1 tank trip. So I'm like, it would take you less than 1 tank of gas to get to Tijuana. And then she started the GoFundMe. And then when she said that, it didn't make sense to me. I was like, so what was the point of the GoFundMe? Like the GoFundMe is so you could crowdsource money to go to Mexico and look yourself. So why are you crowdsourcing money if you're not going to go? That's the part that I didn't add up to me. It's like, why even do it? What's the point? Are you going to crowdsource the money for someone else to go? I can understand that. I can actually respect that. If you're just like, I don't have the gumption to go, but I want to crowdsource money to have this like research group go. You know how like there's those groups that go and look for missing people and pay for them to go? I could respect that. But she's like, no, I'm not going to go. And she never brought forth anyone else who could go on behalf of her to go to Mexico. So I wasn't really understanding like why she even started crowdsourcing for money to even, what was the point? I feel like in my personal nonsensical opinion, it's just my personal opinion. I feel like the mom sent her to Mexico with a chaperone and be like, take her to Mexico and then just leave. She'll figure it out. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's exactly what I think. And I think that 19-year-old boy who called, he probably was concerned like, hey, I found this girl and is this your daughter? Could you come get her? That kid, that's the only person in the whole story, I believe, that 19-year-old kid that called her and said that, hey, I found your daughter just roaming Tijuana. He sounded like probably a college kid, probably like a Mexican national who was just like out in Tijuana partying and drinking, saw Zailey just looking confused and lost. He sounded like a concerned citizen. And when he said, I just don't have the money to send her back to where you want me to send her, the mom, to me, I feel like the mom didn't give a fuck. She was like, okay, we're not gonna send you money anyway to come get her. Just get off the phone. And I think that's the only person who I believe in this whole tale is that 19-year-old kid who probably was partying with his friends, like this random girl just walking around looking crazy. That's who I believe. That is precisely who I believe. I don't believe anyone else yet. Yeah, but the story is brand new, but that's as far as I'm going with that. Let me get some of your comments. This is from Kiki. Says daughter is not in her right mind. Why would she not expect something precisely? She's not even in her right mind. Like, if she was so messed up in California, right, that it required the hospital to ask you to come and get her, and then you take her to Vegas, and then you say, get out, you got to go. 3 days after being on life support, you kick her out of the house. Cause you're in Tijuana. He's a kid. He's a kid. He don't know. Like, kids don't be knowing that. Yeah, her daughter does. I think her daughter was. See, I can't be touching this. Y'all, I can't be touching the keyboard because if y'all just got in, I'm not at home, and this is just rigged up in a way that shouldn't be rigged up. So I can't really touch my computer all like I want to. But yeah, so yeah, the daughter's she was definitely an escort. What's her IG? Ooh, I can't remember. I can't remember. I can't remember what it is. This is from Cookie Wood. Says Anik asked her, did she want to be here the BF's interview? She declined that as well. Did she want to hear the boyfriend's interview? She declined that as well. Melissa, I can't even imagine how callous that mother. She felt cold. Like, I know I can be cold, but I know I'm emotional too. But just talking to her felt ice cold. It didn't even feel warm. It didn't like when I talked to Zakira Kemp, that one story. When I talked to Zakira's mom, Zalana, Zeldana, I think her name is. She was very warm. She knew she made mistakes as a mom, but everything about her was warm. Like, she was so warm, she was in denial. You know what I mean? She was so warm, she was in denial about a lot of stuff about Zakira, but she felt like a mom who wanted justice for her daughter. And she was going to the end of the earth to go and figure out the truth about her daughter. And she didn't care how much time off of work she missed. She was traveling back and forth from Texas. And so, you know what I mean? She was traveling back and forth from Texas to Maryland because she wanted the truth and nothing but the truth. So when I hear a mom's like, I'm just not going to Mexico, like even when you look at what's her name? Shanquilla's story. Her parents didn't need to go to Mexico because all the usual suspects came back home, but the parents did. They put every penny together to have Zakira shipped back, or Shanquilla shipped back to North Carolina. You understand what I mean? She had all the money together to get her shipped back to North Carolina. So that's just what parents do. This one is just like, what's up, Kat? What's up, post-op ATO? How y'all doing? Like said, you made it. It's all good. Yeah. This is from Burnett. Says, right, the lady sounds like she's doing this because she has to, but not that she wants to get her daughter back. Exactly. And then she made a bunch of videos like, why is the FBI not getting involved? Why is the Los Angeles police not getting, or why is the Las Vegas police not getting involved? She was doing that on a Sunday. It's like, ma'am, it's Sunday. What do you think is going to happen on a Sunday? Nothing. She was pumping out like 10, 15 videos a day that none of them made sense. They're all incoherent. I wish I didn't know she deleted her TikTok. If she did, I would have saved them. She was deleting videos like you wouldn't believe. And she had a TikTok account with over 20,000 followers on it prior to her daughter going missing. I wonder what was on that TikTok. I wonder what was on that TikTok. I wonder if she talked about her daughter on that TikTok and talked about how her daughter was getting on her last nerves or something. I wonder what was on her old TikTok. But she was furiously deleting videos, and I didn't understand why, and I was like, "That's weird. Why are you deleting videos?" Because she was making them at an incredible pace, and she was probably watching them back and like, "Oh, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. That don't make sense." And now she's out here telling bloggers that people are bullying her and sending her death. I don't believe that. When you went to her comment section on her TikTok, it was nothing but support and prayers. So I don't know who the fuck she's talking about, but I did not. I would track her every day. I did not see anyone sending her death threats or anything of that nature at all. And the fact that she's trying to turn it around and make it this sob story for her makes it even more suspicious. She's making it even more suspicious. Yeah, I saw that too. She had enemies, and this is not the time. I don't know. The whole story is wild. The whole story is just I don't get it. I don't get it. Mhm. It don't make sense to me. There's something about it that's very seedy, and I don't know why. There's something about it that's very seedy. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. It's bizarre to say the least. It is. Hold on, let me get to some more of your comments. This from Bo Lady says the guy said that they were moving to be closer to her dad, so maybe she did, or at least say it. Maybe that's possible. This is from Cooper Dragon Queen says she definitely said that she doesn't know the new batch of people. She didn't know the new batch of people. If you got a call from them today, right? That was Saturday, the 28th. And that was the first time you heard from them. How did you not how many batches of people have you talked to from the 12th until the time I talked to her? The story is not adding up. It's not. It doesn't add up. It doesn't. So you're basically, oh, I lost them. I don't know where they're at. I might have left them at home. This from Andrea says, I'm going to send you a pic I just found on Instagram in your inbox. This is not her. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm checking my Instagram. Hold on, y'all. Who's tagging me and stuff? Like, I'm not trying to sound mean, but please. What? Jackson. This dog, come on. Gosh, get up here. This dog. I can't get no rest. I gotta walk him soon. Okay, I gotta walk him soon. I didn't get a DM. I'm checking my DMs now, but I didn't get it. Hold on one second. She meant new friends. You think? The math ain't math. It's not. This Bole says every time Andrea says, "In my opinion," I scream because I believe your opinion. Scared me. I thought that was a man. This dog. I tagged you 3 days ago. Tagged me where, on Instagram or on TikTok? Because I didn't know what it was. He was trying to open the door. I gotta walk him soon. Yeah, y'all, please don't tag me and stuff on Instagram because I don't know how to find them. I don't know how to find tags. Andre says, I'll resend it. I think the other lady is her mom and she is the stud girlfriend of the mom. Okay, well, you got to send it. It's not even my dog. Come here. Sit up so people can see you. Come here. Sit up. Good boy. Okay, lift your head up and look. See? You see right here? There he is. Okay. It's not my dog. This is my sister's dog. But he be all up in my. Come on. He's just so dramatic, y'all. If he's not laying next to me, he's just gonna cry. Okay, I'm trying to look. No, I didn't get any DMs on Instagram. No, I didn't get anything. It's nosy bystander. So yeah, I want to see. Now she posted. Hold on TikTok. She posted a picture of her with them as a baby. Hold on.
She's been updating in this.
She posted this of her and Zailey. So I think that is her baby. You see? This is the baby dad laying down, the mom and Zailey. So I think that's her. I think that is her. I'll try to zoom in. I don't know why it looks like that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. She looked like both of them. This is it. She looks like both of them. She does. She looks like both of them. You know what I mean? She looks like both of them. Thank you, Andrea, for sending that. Others from both places. Very, because the stud mom ain't having it. She stick with her. But she said she had a when I talked to her in that voice call, she said she had a girlfriend, and she said she had a boyfriend. Then she said she had a boyfriend, she said she had a wife. So maybe her girlfriend is trans or has they them pronoun or he him pronouns. She was interchanging between boyfriend and husband and girlfriend and wife. Hmm. This from Kiana. What's up, Kiana says, Maybell is her mom. The other lady's the stepmom. The step stud. The step stud. This from Cookie Woods says, well, that would make sense of her attaching to her daughter because she sure didn't sound motherly. Mm-mm. I think this is her mom. I never doubted it was her mom. It's just I doubted the coldness behind her. You know what I mean? But I gotta walk this dog. The story is strange. It is bizarre. Maybe tomorrow we can listen to the rest of the voicemail. It's a long voice. It's a long recording. We can listen to the rest of the recording. It's just the whole thing, like deleting your TikTok accounts, deleting videos, like saying I'm not going to Mexico, telling people don't send hate to the guy who sent her to Mexico. Not doing the interview with Nick at Night because Nick at Night interviewed the boyfriend. It's so bizarre. It's all bizarre. It's like she's tussling on the internet for no reason when the focus should be her daughter, and somehow she's made the focus her, which I don't get. Then she's telling people, "Oh, I deleted TikTok because they were sending me nasty comments." She said it to me on that call. She said, I'm just not gonna let people say crazy stuff to me in the comment section. I said, I think I said to her in that call, I don't think that matters. Who cares what people think? So long as you're getting the word out that your child is missing. But if you keep doing weird, shady stuff, people like me, people like Meek at Night, all other kind of bloggers, they're gonna start questioning you and questioning your motives because you're giving people pause for concern. Like it's weird. It's all weird. It's all weird. But that's all I have for you guys today. We'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, here at the Nosy Bystanders Live. I am your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. Tomorrow I'll have my glasses and maybe somewhere proper to sit. Okay, Jackson? You ready? All right, he's ready. Okay. We'll talk to you guys later, okay? All right. Bye-bye.